Macky Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles. With a knowledgeable sales staff and amazing service departments, you'll drive away satisfied. Find new roads at Macky Motors in Lake City, MackyMotors.com.
Macky Motors at Tailgate. Find new roads at Macky Motors in Lake City. Again, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. And Kaci Peter standing on a very small state seat right now, so don't slip and fall here. But congratulations. This has got to be a great feeling for you and all of the girls, but especially for you 4 seniors.
Yes, for sure. Back to back, baby. Like, never thought we'd get there again. So
didn't you really? Not coming into this year?
I said pre-game, I said, you guys, I just want you to know how proud I am of you, because if you asked me a year ago today if I thought we'd be back, I'd tell you no.
So what happened this year that allowed this team to be able to get back?
The chemistry from the get-go was just so much there, and we have a phenomenal back row that's willing to literally just sacrifice their bodies for the ball. So winning those long points all season is really what's gotten us here.
So you and I were chatting during the break, and you started off with saying, I was a little nervous. I've never had 2 errors to start the night, but things settled in for you. What changed? You give up a 10-0 run in the first set, and you come back with a 19-8 run to win that set.
Yeah. Well, Rusty pulled Franny and I aside and said, I need you guys as seniors to decide what you want right now. You only get so many games in your life, and this might be the last one if you don't pull out a win right now. And I don't know, Lauren Bell came in and hammered home, and from there the rest was history.
Now I know coming in, Jensen and Blackmore were their 2 big hitters, and I thought you guys really contained Jensen tonight, especially with her hitting. I talked to Lonnie yesterday and said you guys really focused on the fact that they hit off of the net farther and they like to attack out of the back row. I thought you guys did a great job getting touches and blocks there. Blackmore I thought hurt you a little bit, but how did you feel like the defense played against their 2 big hitters tonight?
You know, we came into this game knowing that Jensen gets almost twice as many balls as anyone else on the team, and that she likes to go line. We took that from her right away and just adjusted Brianna, like, okay, you got to get on the other side of her. And Blackmore, all this year she had gone to the setter, like she'd always hit to the setter. She switched it up and went cross, so in that second match we just had to make that small change, and the rest was history.
Talk about offensively for you guys. Was it just nerves early, or was it something they were doing with their serve? Or, I mean, you're down 14-6. What was going wrong early?
I know, me personally, it was nerves. I was just trying to get it over and in, and not having an aggressive attitude is not going to really get us anywhere. So for me, that's what my mentality was. I thought our pass was fine and our set was fine. It was just more of the mental game that got to us, I think, early on.
All 3 sets were close. What was the difference, do you think, for you girls tonight in all 3 sets?
Win the long balls. Our goal was to just be scrappy, pick everything up, and win as many of the long rallies as we can to tire them out.
Well, I tell you what, congratulations. Looking forward to seeing you down at State next week, and congrats on this one. You girls deserve it.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
Kaci Peter joining us. We're going to get Lauren Bell up here on the headsets, and we'll get her transferred in here to the post-game area. Lauren, appreciate you joining us here tonight. Congratulations. You didn't have a ton of kills here tonight, but I'm going to say this. That first kill you had right after you came in set 1, I thought completely flipped the momentum. Your team was in trouble a little bit, down 14-5 at that point. When you came in, what was going through your mind? Because, like I said, you'd given up an 8-0 run, you hadn't been in yet, and you came in and right away got aggressive.
I knew we had to flip the switch right away if we were going to come back, which we did. But I knew that we needed something right away just to change the momentum and get us going.
So I looked over at the end of the bench because I knew you and Elsa were chomping at the bit to get in. What were you 2 saying to each other? Because I could see you guys kind of looking at each other. You just want it on the floor.
Yeah, we were saying we need to really go when we get in. Basically saying we need to get a kill, so we need to get a serving run. And we're just talking about what we need to do.
What was the difference, do you think, for you hitting tonight, and how were they trying to block you?
At first, I had that first line shot that worked well, and then they started blocking me more lines, so then I started going cross, and that was working a little better.
Every set tonight, it looked like it was a different one of you girls at the net that kind of stepped up. Talk about having the depth that you girls do. I mean, you go out tonight, unofficially, I think I had you for 1 or 2 kills here tonight. Not a huge night killing, but you didn't have to because all the other girls, so you were blocking, you were diving on the floor and doing everything else to help this team win. Yeah,
it's definitely so beneficial for us to have the depth that we have, especially hitting, because it's pretty easy for a team to figure out what one hitter likes to do and then take that away from them. So being able to switch it up often and still get kills consistently is really beneficial for us.
Were they changing up what they were doing defensively? That it seemed like a different girl for you guys? They had a big set, each different set?
Yeah, I feel like we really just bounced back and forth. I think Aubrey was being super smart throughout all the sets with where she's placing the ball and just moving around the block.
So for you, second year down in a row to state now, what are you going to take down from last year's experience that helps this team, and especially as a senior?
I think we definitely will have a lot less nerves this year just because we know what it's like, we know what the atmosphere's like, and I think we'll come in a lot stronger because last year we played Dyke right away. We knew they're super good, but this year we might not have them right away, so that will be a confidence booster for us.
I'll tell you what, great job out here tonight. You swung the momentum, so outstanding performance. Appreciate you joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've got Lauren Bell joining us. We've got the other two seniors, I think Franny and Aubrey, standing down here. We'll get Franny Glenn coming up here, and we're going to get her on the headsets here. And Franny, congratulations. What a win for this team. I got to ask, didn't start great. You were out on the floor. What was going on early?
I felt like our biggest thing was just nerves, and we didn't really hit the ball the first, however many points it was. I know it was like a 13-4 lead for them. So that was kind of frustrating, but then I think we came back, that huge comeback we had, and then going into the second set, we just wanted to kill.
Had they done anything different tonight than when you saw them up in Rockwell City? Did they come out and surprise you with anything?
Not really. We scouted them pretty well, and just playing them I think really helped. Even though we only played them once, I think we just knew it, who their hitters are and what the setter would do.
I told Kaci, I had a conversation with Lonnie yesterday. Him and I chatted on the phone. He said, you girls really focused on, they like to hit a little further off of the net. They really did a lot of attacking out of the back row, Jensen. I thought you girls did a really good job, not just getting blocks, but getting fingertips and touches on those. Talk about what it was like and the adjustments you had to make to defend against their two big hitters here tonight.
That was the main thing we focused on in practice was our defense yesterday, and we even, if you weren't in on one side of the net, you were on the other side hitting back row attacks at us and timing our blocks just because we knew coming in that they were off the net hitters, especially their outsides and in the back row.
So late part of set one, as you guys are rallying, you kind of took over at the net hitting wise and even getting some of those blocks. What were you talking with your setters about where you wanted the ball and what they were trying to do defensively against you?
Well, coming in, I knew I was going to be paired up with Sydney Blackmore, and she has a pretty good block, and so do their outsides. So kind of starting, I was like, I don't really know where to go. And then the one started working the middle, which is a quick. So I just kind of kept going with that, or going a three and kind of diverting the blockers away from, coming with me and away from our pins.
So you talked about Blackmore. I thought she gave you guys some troubles at times tonight at the net. How did you try to adjust as one of the girls at the net trying to defend her?
We knew that she has a fast arm swing and that it's going to come straight down at us. So we really focused on trying to get a block on her and just targeting her swing arm.
How'd you feel like you served tonight? You had some really good service runs.
My serving was a little iffy. I thought I definitely served better Monday night, but that's just, it happens. You can always have room for improvement. What
are you going to take away from last year's experience that you think will help you heading down to state here for a second year?
Definitely more confidence. We were newbies on the scene, our group, especially seniors here. We had never been to state, so I was very nervous, and kind of going in, I feel like we were paired with Dyke New Hartford, so that was a little, not diminishing, just a little confidence degrading. So I definitely think we'll have more confidence going in this year.
Well, I tell you what, outstanding performance as always. We so much appreciate you joining us and looking forward to seeing you down in state next week.
Thank you, Jeff.
You've had Franny Glenn joining us. We got Aubrey Hton set to join us next, and she's going to slide up here and grab the headsets, and she's going to get those put on here, and we'll get her all set up. And Aubrey, appreciate you joining us here tonight. First of all, congrats, we named you player of the game tonight.
Thank you.
Everybody's so deserving, but we just felt that you were probably the most consistent hitter throughout the three different sets, because I talked to the other girls. It seemed like every set a different hitter kind of stepped up tonight for you guys, but you were the one that kind of in all three sets had some of the big points. Talk about the aggressive swings that you were taking here tonight.
That first set was really frustrating at first, and I was just mad. So I went up there and I just swung, and everything I've been taught, I did it. Thank God.
Did they give you a different look than what they did when you guys saw them up in Rockwell City at the net, or was it just nerves early on? Because I thought you guys were sending over a lot of soft stuff early.
Yeah, I didn't really recognize anything different. I think our gameplay was just to go up and swing hard. And, get in their heads really easily, because that's what happened at the SEC tournament.
You also were getting a lot of tools tonight. Was it something what was the mindset for you? Is it their hands are there, I'm just going to use them?
When I'm set tight to the net, I either like to tip it deep corner or tool it off their hands, and that's what I've learned playing club.
So what do you like? Do you like it close to the net, or would you rather have that set off the net a little bit? Where are you more comfortable, or does it matter?
It doesn't really matter. I feel like I can adjust pretty easily, but I definitely prefer them on the net when there's no block.
Talk about the serve receive and the back row. I know Kaci said earlier that you guys have an amazing back row.
Yes.
For all you hitters, you won't get the looks you get if the back row doesn't get that ball up to your setters well. So what did you think of the back row play here tonight?
I thought they did great with all the nerves. I know I couldn't have done that. Huge shout out to Kaylee Brooke and Brianna. So
for you serving wise, what were you trying to do with your serves here tonight? I had you for a couple of big aces.
Serve deep. I know I've been struggling a little bit, so those aces did feel really good.
What was the confidence like coming into tonight then at the service line? Were you pretty confident when you stepped back there that first time?
Oh yeah, I know that we all love the sport and we have so much passion for it. And we know we can support each other. If one person's down, we can always lift them up. So that really helps, having good teammates.
So last year, you made it down, and it was a new arena. Mm-hmm. Now that you've been down there before, minus the volleyball that you're going to be playing, what's kind of the biggest thing that you're looking forward to soaking in, especially now going back down as a senior?
I want to keep going. It's a dream to even make it past first round, so that'd be great for us.
Well, I tell you what, outstanding performance tonight. Congratulations on being our player of the game, and look forward to catching up with you again next week down at State.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. Aubrey Hton again with you.